Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
The lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong. The ether is heavy and thick, like wading through a quagmire.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look. Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core. A man's limb.
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
And that should be the end of it.
What now?
My theory that the tower might come crashing down following the core's destruction doth appear to be correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves!
I pray I'm not too late.
Oh, what happened? Where are we?
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
Graha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more Porksies, and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
Hail, Scions! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent, in more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
Valiant scions, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence. No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales. Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the High Crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat Khan will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
Tis of no moment, a mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragonsong War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
In the age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made. In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet no hate could I muster for those smiling faces which did look to me for guidance. Not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
Twould seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift. Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydralin to whom you must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort. Tis a story from my youth, many, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsummer did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydralin endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. 'Tis a stone I've left unturned ever since. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydralin does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
Prithee, a moment. There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor, 'tis thee. I know of his clash with Omega, and the long slumber which was his price. Yet even closed in sleep, my father's eyes are far from blind. He is watching over thee, watching over this world. 'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust, but alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot, thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation. The hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go, At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
these are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations. Of course, we would need to consult with various Alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
Hello.
We shall share the burden then. Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex.
Shit. How are you
We
then?
must keep them safe and secure until we decide
Exhausted.
the course of action.
I feel it. You still working over at
Please,
Walmart?
I must speak with you.
Nope, I quit back in October.
Oh shit. Well, I have been giving wrong information then.
Yeah, I
told Katie you were still the manager over there.
not anymore. I'm tired of getting fucked over. Yeah, no, long story short, old department head I worked with got put in a different department when they restructured and changed department managers to team leads. Got put back over there with me. And I started getting in trouble for the shit she was doing wrong.
Mood. That's my life right now.
Like, I took a week to stay home with the boy because he caught hand, foot, and mouth.
Oh, okay.
Boy.
I'm sorry. Boy.
And, they didn't do the coaching on my first day back, but I got coached for my first day back.
Oh, isn't like coaching in Walmart kind of like, oh hey, here you
official,
fucked up
yeah,
and you had to,
official
like, watch
disciplinary
this?
action because she let the returns pile up. The entire week I was gone, she would pull.
Didn't you say she used to be a manager?
Yeah, she used to be the supervisor alongside me.
So, like, she should know these things.
Yeah, no, she doesn't care. Because she's so stupid and set in her ways. It's her way. Or people are just standing around not doing their jobs. So there was a rough night where, like, 5 entire orders needed returned. There were 8 people total past close to take care of that stuff. She took all of them, put them on or all but one of them, put them on restocking, and then left one person to do everything by themselves.
Huh. So
of course nothing got done. But then I got coached further down the line, and they said it was my fault. That the returns got piled up, and someone had to come in early and work extra hours just to clean it all up. And when I went to the store manager to fight it, you know what he told me? As a team lead...
This is a new store manager, isn't he?
No. He's been there since I got hired in. He said,
"Okay,
team leads are in charge of the department even when they're not here."
Eat shit.
Bullshit.
I'm not salaried, and I was on a leave of absence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
especially
salaried,
because
you're
you were
not fucking. You don't have a fucking clear line to the fucking store when you're not there. The fuck? Hey, that's bullshit.
That's like saying if you went on vacation and be like, "Hey, even though you're out of state, you should have been on top of this."
I mean, like in a situation where you're salaried and you're expected to be responsible for people 24/7, that's a thing. But like,
yeah, but that
you're
is
not
like
salary, and you aren't like you don't have a line to know what people are doing when you're not there. Like that's bullshit.
Like our jobs at the moment are just like go and do your work and be like, "All right, cool. My time's over. I'll see you guys later." See you guys.
You're hourly. As soon as you clock out, you're done. Brother.
I mean, the thing about team leads is they even said when the job was offered, there were some responsibilities that mostly, would go to salaried people that they were going to have team leads pick up on. But one of the things that wasn't there was, working off the clock. They were still very
because you're not salaried. They can't force you to do something. If you're hourly, they can't force you to have work when you're not on the clock. Like that's just how hourly works.
And the
that's
thing
labor
is,
laws.
and the thing is with how things were going, so I had a disciplinary action against me that wasn't going to get overturned. They do a 5-point system for attendance. I was at 4.5 because I literally gave myself a fucking panic attack the day before I quit about going into work. Because I had to work with her. She literally gave me panic attacks. Because I was worried that every single day that I was there, that she was there, she was going to do something wrong and I was going to get blamed for it. It's literally
seems like it was fucking well founded, dude.
Yeah. So the only thing I've gone in and done is been like, I want to step down. I want to move departments. I want to be away from her. And they would have looked at me like, well, you have a disciplinary action. You're at 4.5 points. We're just gonna let you go. So I was gonna stand around and wait for someone to talk to them about it. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. So I brought my stuff with me just in case. I just dropped it all on the HR desk. Wrote a note saying that due to the conditions, it was adversely affecting my health and that I was done, and then I just walked out.
Do you have something set up after this?
No. I just started door dashing to help pay the bills.
You guys aren't still in Marshallville, are you?
No. I am. Last August we bought a house, and we're in Barberton.
Yeah,
you're in Barberton now? Shit.
He lives actually pretty close to me. He lives kind of near the El Jalapenos.
The only place I know close to Barberton is Acro Mills as far as factories goes. You'd have to go to structure personnel in Wadsworth.
I'm good. I got hired at Amazon now. I've been with them.
Cool.
I've been with them for a little over a month. Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I quit literally on October 1st, and then I had my first day orientation at Amazon on the 27th.
Oh, shit, man. I mean, that's a good reason to leave, honestly.
And it's great.
That's fucking bullshit.
And it's great because I still communicate with some of my, former associates.
Yeah.
One of the ones who still works there says that they're crashing and burning.
That's what
after I left, it just.
That's what Katie's brother said.
Yeah, after I left, just straight down the fucking shitter.
You want to hear something kind of dumb? That Katie was telling me that the fucking, what do you call it, .com or curbside? What do you call it?
What?
When I left, it was officially called OPD, Online Pickup and Delivery.
Okay.
What's that?
It's the where people order shit online, they go pick it, and then they just drive up and they drop it off to them.
Like Walmart specific or what?
No, most stores do it. Like I was just
Walmart. Yeah, Walmart specifically is called OPD.
Okay, so because I was thinking like there's Grubhub, they do grocery pickup, and there's
yeah.
Does it, but I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I don't. I guess do you guys deliver?
Walmart?
I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, Walmart delivered. Not on their own accord, but they delivered through DoorDash.
Oh, okay. But anyways, Kate was telling me that some of the ODP people were, like, for some reason, like, did you ever know, James in the meat department?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So, what's funny is, James knows, like, Katie worked with James for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking to him, or she was talking to Donovan, her brother. He said that I guess some ODP people are, like, taking pictures of James, like, when he's working. Just because, like, the dude always looks angry. Like, he just has resting bitch face. But, like, I guess it started with, like, the ODP people walking up to him and being like, hey, can I get a selfie? And he would just be like, no. Leave me alone.
Okay, hadn't really heard of that, but okay.
Yeah. And, so, like, they're just, like, taking pictures of him when he's, like, just outside smoking on break or something.
Really weird, but...
Yeah. To give you context, James is, like...
Twitter age, bro.
Like, James he's a big dude. Like, he's tall. Like, he's, like, 6 foot something.
Yeah.
He's just a big... Like, he's just, like, I don't know, what is it, like, 50-something? Like, he's just
but he's, like... He's also, like, one of the funniest fucking people I've ever... You know, worked near.
The dude is pretty damn funny. When I first met him, he looked at my shoes and he looked at Katie and he goes, "Well, they're not fucking Crocs."
Oof.
Jesus. God damn. You got sussed out quick, bro.
That's 100%.
But
so does he wear Crocs? Yes, not.
But like the greatest thing is they were crashing and burning.
He was just saying, well, no, what he said was, "Well, at least they're not Crocs." That's what he said.
One person who I thought might have been promoted into my position got promoted.
Okay.
She was a specific religion where she was supposed to have Sundays off. Store manager said, "Oh yeah, we can give you your Sundays off." And then they started scheduling her on Sundays and said, "Well, no, we can't give you Sundays off." So she got really fucking pissed, and then
I mean, yeah, because
the same supervisor who I had trouble with started making threats to her.
What?
Like you better get your act together. I'm gonna kick your ass. And this other girl wasn't having anything. She's like, "Fine, let's go out to the parking lot. Let's do it. I'll beat your ass to Kingdom Come." So she got fired. But god fucking damn. The one who took my spot, she was great. I loved her, so her personality, I knew that was gonna happen. But I feel bad that she got fired, but still, that was a great way to fucking go.
Well, yeah, if somebody's like, "I'll kick your ass if you don't do what I say," and you're just like, "All right, I'll call your bet."
But the one who took her place was the one who I originally thought was gonna take my spot. But my former associate told me that they terminated 28 people the other day because they just stopped showing up to work.
Well, yeah.
Because they fucking hate her. So 28 people. When I quit, they were doing 400. They were trying to push us to 400 orders a day. He told me after they terminated... After they terminated the 28, they're down to 100.
Didn't Walmart have a strike recently too, like a company-wide strike or something?
I think you're thinking of Kellogg.
Yeah, I think that's Kellogg.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, because there's a big Kellogg strike going on right now. I remember seeing pictures of, like, what's it called? Fine.
I knew there were, I knew there were recent talks about Walmart unionizing. I guess I just associated the two.
Yeah, I've seen pictures where they've shown, like, a Walmart, like, shelf that didn't have, like, any cereals for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pieced the fuck out of there. They're crashing and fucking burning, and I'm just sitting here laughing my ass off.
How do you like Amazon so far?
It's not bad. From my understanding, Amazon really seems to be a per facility basis.
Right.
I'm working on the one on Romig Road.
Romig?
Yeah. Where's
that at?
It's where the mall used to be.
Rolling Acres?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they tore that shit down and built a warehouse there.
Shit. I've been away for a long time.
No, not really, because that shit went up quick.
It just opened. The facility just turned a year old on November 1st.
You say it went up quick, but remember, Danny, that's where I learned how to drive, was in Rolling Acres parking lot.
Yeah.
So, like, I got memories there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel it. Me and my grandma used to go, there, and we would just sit, and eat popcorn and just watch people.
That's where I used to go get my glasses done.
Yeah, same.
But
honestly, that place there's a lot of stuff there.
They said it's really unheard of, but pretty much ever since I got hired in, it was like right after I got hired in, they went into what they call peak season. Pretty much since peak has started, they've been offering double overtime.
Oh shit!
Okay. That's pretty freaking good.
That fucking reminds me, just because you said overtime. So I guess Katie told me that they were stopping overtime hours at Walmart for a bit, pausing it.
Except online people.
Yeah.
No more scheduling it, right? Not paying it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe
when they say no more.
When
they say no more overtime, they mean when it is time for you to leave, you're clocking out and you are getting out of here, regardless of what the place looks like.
I was gonna say they can't legally get away with not paying you overtime.
Yeah.
So.
But James once again said he's like, all right, well, as soon as that shit opens back up, I'll be working 10, 12-hour days because fuck him. That's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
Basically, from the way I hear it, James runs that entire department.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just meat department is just James's baby.
But yeah, it's really.
I guess
nice.
his daughter. Yeah, his daughter's working ODP. I'm pretty sure.
Oh God, I feel bad for her then.
Yeah, but she has James. She's probably the reason they're taking pictures of him.
You're probably not wrong. But yeah, tired of it. I don't know if she even realizes it, but this, just because it was a way to be able to contact each other in case something else failed, she had this other supervisor that I hate, has me added on Facebook. I just see her posting constantly about how much it sucks, how much she fucking hates it because of how it's been ever since I left. It's like, have fun with that. It's really, really cool that it's like, alright, you're gonna sit there and threaten and say I'm not doing a good enough job anymore. If they had pulled me aside and said hey, you're starting to slip before the coaching happened, that's one thing. But the fact that it was immediately just pulled me in and disciplinary action was taken, yeah, no, you're basically covering shit up and I'm the scapegoat. It was just really nice to be able to do pull a fucking How to Train Your Dragon 2, Drago Bloodfist, just walk out the door, twirl my cape, see how well you do without me.
God damn.
Apparently it's not very well.
Well, I'm glad you have another job pretty quick, though.
Yeah, it was also nice that because Amazon gave me a sign-on bonus, just made it to my 30 days, got an extra $1,000.
Well, probably, well, not totally covered, but partially covered for the time you lost, at least.
Pretty much. I mean, I had enough in savings anyways that I was able to, that with the amount of door dashing I did, I was able to, I was able to make my bills and
parachute,
buy food. Yeah.
That's good.
Guess that would be a good way to put it, but yeah, I had enough just set aside that with the door dashing I was able to pay bills, get food, all that fun stuff. It's a little rough right now because Amazon does 10-hour work days. So you normally work 4 10-hour days and then you have 3 days off. But because it's peak, you have to work a 5th day. And because it's also peak, those go from 10-hour days to 11-hour days. So that's 55 hours a week.
But at least it doesn't last long. I mean, you don't. You said you quit. You left Walmart in October, so you've probably been working through mostly the fucking peak hours of
the holidays.
Yeah, no, peak started right at the beginning of November. So it runs basically the beginning of November straight through till Christmas, and then it's over.
Well, at least, like, that's kind of good, though, because, like, once you get off of that, especially starting so early on that, you'll feel like it's nothing when you're done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I'm really going to miss the pay. Double overtime, 15 hours of ×2 pay. I'm going to miss it.
It's good to have a steady job, though. I mean, like, people underestimate how nice steady hours are, but
it's also, from what I can tell, as long as you're at least doing something, it seems to be really hard to get yourself fired from Amazon.
I've heard that. Like, honestly, despite the pea in a cup thing, I've heard good things about working at Amazon.
Like,
I have a friend who I think works at that same facility you're at, Liddy.
Yeah. But, like, as long as you show up and you do your job, you're fine. Like, they have paid time off you can use, they have unpaid time off you can use, and as long as your unpaid time off balance does not go negative, they're not going to fire you for attendance.
How does the unpaid... You have an unpaid time off balance?
Yes. So, unlike Walmart, for example, had a point system, you had a maximum of 5 points in a six-month rolling period.
Right.
So it's basically 183 days after you got the point would drop off. And if you got 5 total points, you were done. Amazon is every quarter you get 20 hours of unpaid time off.
Okay, so that's
2 days.
Yeah,
effectively.
One and a 9/10 of a day. Gotcha.
But the advantage that they have is they roll over. So if you go a quarter without using the 20 hours, when the next quarter hits, you're up to 40 hours.
Okay, do you keep them all, like, even across years, or do you only keep them
when I got hired in, it said it rolls over in the new year, and nowhere did it say that there was a cap on it.
Well, that's kind of nice. Shit.
So that's either because the turnover rate's so high, or most people usually end up burning through enough of them that it's not like someone gets to, like, you know,
right, yeah, like
150 hours. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious, though?
It would be. I mean, if it really does work that way, I'm sure some people do. But I mean, like, when you only have 2 or 3 people per region doing it, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Kind of like a job benefit at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the only really bad thing is just how bad my feet hurt. I think I'm about 99% certain I have tendonitis in both of my feet. My left one being far more severe. I have like
your calves hurt.
No, it's my actual foot.
Just your foot, okay.
Like, is that the heel?
No. Top of the foot, I would say the tendon that runs down to my middle toe.
I'll say, because like the 3 things that are most common with factory work, which is all standing on concrete, you know, and some of those guys work warehouse, is tendonitis in your foot, tendonitis in your calf, or sciatica. These are the most common things.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, the thing that really worries me about that place, every floor has a concrete floor.
Yeah. You'd think they were preparing for a fucking hurricane, you know?
That's fucking...
middle of Ohio.
But that's... that's like fucking terrifying if you think about it. How thick is that concrete? And if there's any sort of...
I need to be up.
Hold on. But yeah, it's like kind of mildly terrifying to think if anything were to happen, how much weight is above you, and if anything structurally happened, all that comes to mind is the fucking G.I. Joe PSA: pork chop sandwiches. You just hear a rumbling and dust fall from the ceiling. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here!
What are you still doing here?
What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here! God damn it, we're all dead. Get the fuck out.
Did you see the fucking pictures of Maysville that Danny posted?
The thing of
from the tornadoes.
Kentucky?
Yeah, in Kentucky, Maysville, Kentucky. That shit is fucking leveled, and a lot of those fucking buildings were brick, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think they said it was an. I think they said it was an EF4.
It was fucking nasty. I guess 6 tornadoes went through there. Through the single town. Like, Jesus, fuck, man.
And also,
you have renter's insurance, you know, like shit.
I hope you have God on your side.
Yeah,
insurance does not protect from acts of God.
Yeah, like Jesus.
But no, what got me is there was a post I saw. I wasn't aware of this at first. I was aware of the tornadoes. I wasn't aware that there was an Amazon facility down there that got hit. They didn't evacuate people to the designated tornado areas. There are designated tornado areas in the building. There were still people on the 3rd floor working when the tornadoes were going through.
Jesus fuck.
The 3rd... Now, our facility is 4 floors, but the 3rd fucking floor... Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Is that there was like, a thing that said, "Hey, we should stop." And they're like, "Nah, we good." Keep working.
I do have a question for both of you, actually. Did any of that storm shit hit you guys? Because I know it was slated to hit you guys in Ohio, but
not like we had some good rain. That was it.
Well, we had some really strong winds and some really good rain.
Yeah,
it got really wet and really windy.
Like no tornadoes, but like wind.
I'm still homeboys. Still debating about whether I'm coming back up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right decision or not.
Fair.
It's a hard-ass decision to make.
When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions...
That's why I'm drunk.
...had cleansed me of the tower's corruption.
I feel it.
It seems I'd been asleep ever since the
Smoking.
treatment.
Shit.
But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to...
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize you'd quit. Quit Walmart and gone off to Amazon.
Madonna was captured only recently.
Yep. Tell you what though, those storms actually had me worried after I heard about how bad they were supposed to be. I just got a new car last Tuesday.
What are you driving?
2020 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport ES.
Oh shit! You driving a 2020? You got the infotainment center, brother.
He's got.
It's got a touch screen.
He's got that
and
double overtime money right there.
Actually, if you really want to know what it is, this car, I checked the Carfax, had only one previous owner, and it was a rental company down in Florida.
Dude, seriously, like down here strictly on the coast, East Coast, like we are A, strapped for fucking rentals, and B, they sell them at 13,000 fucking miles. They get rid of them.
This one's at 42. This one is
fucking wild.
But yeah, it's a 2020 and it's at 42,000 miles.
I think I bought mine car for 50,000 miles. Like,
it never had to drive on salty winter roads.
Nope.
Right, yep.
Florida, baby.
Even though, you get salt spray from the ocean.
Not as bad as
because it's a rental company. But
Mm-hmm.
because it's a rental company, they probably clean them thoroughly after every rental.
They probably just run them through the car wash and just be done with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they run them through the fucking... What the fuck are they called? I don't know what they're called down here. But they have a specific car wash that takes salt and shit off.
It's not the fanciest. It doesn't have all the features. Like, it doesn't even have heated seats. And my Hyundai...
Homeboy's like, I don't even have heated seats.
And the car I traded in did.
Yeah,
the car I traded in did have heated seats. At least for the driver and shotgun. But
backseat can go fuck themselves. They got a blanket or some shit.
It has a backup camera.
Right.
Which is fucking fantastic. But Garrus is getting older, so I wanted to get a slightly bigger vehicle. Something that I can slap a decent, get some towing capacity on. I can.
I was gonna say, do you have a hitch?
I can slap the rig on it to put a hitch on it and be able to actually haul a trailer. Like, I could have done that to my Hyundai because it's a GT.
Right.
GTs are designed for that. Or turn it into a tuner, but I don't have the money to turn it into a tuner. But the smallest fucking it would have to be like the smallest fucking trailer in existence. At least this one would be able to pull, like a decently sized like U-Haul box trailer. That one So if I need it, the option is there. Just more room on the inside of the car too. It's not that much bigger, but the leg space is still bigger and better. And then I'd say I got about an extra foot deep in the trunk area, and the seats are higher, so it's about 4 feet wide, a foot deep, maybe about 3 feet tall. So I got about 12 cubic feet of extra trunk space. Not much, but hey, it's extra space.
It adds up. Yeah, that shit adds up.
It's got automatic EcoBoost. It's got the nastiest the nastiest set of LED headlights I've ever fucking seen.
Nastiest what?
Set of LED headlights.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. When I leave in the morning, I turn my lights on, and I swear to God.
You're just like, I can see
I swear to God, my neighbors across the street from me are gonna take a bat to my fucking headlights.
You just light up their entire house.
It's literally...
Newer cars are legit crazy, man.
It's literally... The LED headlights are fucking crazy and how bright they are. It's literally like I'm turning on the sun and shining it in the front of their house.
Yeah, they're fucking nuts. The crazy thing about them is, like, as long as you're looking at them at an angle, they don't fucking bright anything up.
But the second you're dead on,
yeah,
it's blinding.
As soon as you see one on the road, you're like, God damn, turn your brights off. They don't even have their fucking brights off.
And you're like, oh, those are not... Oh, no.
It's just their regular-ass lights.
I actually think I could damage people's retinas with my bright.
Oh, yeah, I bet you could, yeah. I bet you have. I bet I drove past you and I was like, oh, this piece
down
of
the road.
shit. It's like, oh, look at this brights having on, motherfucker.
Except I have one damage per tick. Like you threw a white cross.
It's just a fucking, just gives you a constant debuff of lights.
But if you'd be able to believe it, so my vehicle before was the 2016 Hyundai Elantra GT.
Right. Okay. Those are nice.
I'm actually paying less per month for this car.
What are you paying per month for the 2020?
If I pay with AutoPay, I get a $10 discount, and I'll be paying $285.
What? Daniel, do you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
This man has good credit.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
It's actually not that good. I'm only
holy shit.
I'm not even above 700. It's really not that good.
You know what?
That's close to what I'm paying.
It's kind of crazy because my credit score right now, keep in mind, like, I've been jobless for a while.
I just want to make you aware, I am streaming on Twitch.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Hello, everybody on Twitch.
It says I have one viewer, and I don't even know if that's a bot.
Yeah, that's fine. But my credit score, last time I checked, I haven't made a single payment on anything in like a year. Okay, I'm still at fucking 620.
I sat at 640 for 2 years.
So I'm seriously considering, like, maybe I shouldn't go through with a bankruptcy and I should just fucking nut it up and fucking go through with, 2 years of wage garnishment and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down to fucking 450 credit score just to be $15,000 less in debt,
Yeah, I literally hovered around 640 for like 2 years straight. It's like every 3 months I went up a single point. And then all of a sudden when I checked to see if I could get this car, I was just out of nowhere up at like 680. I was like, when the fuck did that happen?
I mean, let's see, don't complain about those. We take those. That's pretty good. Getting your 2020 for $280 something a month, that's pretty fucking good. What's your loan through?
Carvana.
Okay.
Yeah, I sold them my car and bought this off of Carvana.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Carvana because my dad sold his truck through Carvana, and they gave him a pretty fucking good price for it too.
I'm getting back to what I was gonna say.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's actually really good. We're coming back full circle. How much they gave me for my Elantra is part of why this car is so cheap.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
So, I don't remember the exact numbers. I think I got this Elantra. I think they were only asking for about $12,000 for it, and then they were paying off my other car loan that I was under on. They use the term underwater.
Yeah.
Car was only worth $1,000. It needed at least $1,000 of work put into it to get it back in, decent running operation, and I owed $3,000 on it.
So neutral, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't worth fixing. It wasn't worth paying off. So they added that on. Then I think I had like 19% APR on the financing.
Not too bad.
It came to $329 a month with the extended warranty and the gap coverage on it.
Shit, you dropped almost fucking $60.
Mm-hmm.
From that. That's pretty fucking good. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a newer car with all those new new features, but it doesn't have to be a fancy car to have the new shit,
No, and the biggest thing is all those things are just extra. The biggest thing is, and it comes standard in all cars, is the newer the car, the newer the safety features.
Yeah.
Which, having a child, I want good safety features. So
I care about myself too. Thank you very much. No, I'm just kidding.
How old is your munchkin now?
He just passed 2.5.
God damn, I feel old.
I don't want to fucking hear it. He's my kid.
I'm sitting over here like, damn, he's gotta be like, 18 months or so. He's like 2.5. Shit.
I was gonna be like, is he like, did he just return a year or something?
He turns 3 in April.
Fuck. Danny, we're grandpas, bro.
Dude, I know. I just turned fucking 29 yesterday. I understand.
Oh, shit.
I turned 29 back in August. I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
the big 3-0. It's coming.
The big 3-0.
Am I gonna hit a midlife crisis? Am I gonna be okay? Who fucking knows?
The number 3 is not allowed in this episode.
The number 3 is not allowed.
Jesus Christ.
Such a brief exposure.
What the fuck?
So I tend to
holy shit.
Yeah. You want to hear some shit that I've been going through?
I just think back and say, I was born in 93. That's not that long ago. That's not that long ago.
Yeah, you think, 20, you're like, 20 years ago was like the end of the 80s,
And then you're like, oh, no.
It's like, no, 20 years ago was actually 2001. And you go, oh, no.
I know.
I don't want to be old.
But I am. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You saved
And then I start thinking about it, it's like, man, think about the fucking music I listen to. Am I too old to be listening to this? Am I too old to be playing these games?
No, 100%.
I'll strike up some fucking Mother from Danzig, bro.
Like,
the
thought,
what the fuck is this?
The thought that gets me is some women around my age I know, I could just imagine, literally in 10 years, their kids in the car with them, cruising down the street, and then they crank up, why do girls love bad guys? They're like 40 fucking years old. And it's like you think back and you think when your parents were listening to music like that, you're like, God, that's so embarrassing because...
Yeah.
you think it's like, that's my generation's music, why are you listening to it?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that actually is their generation's music. That's fucked up.
Yeah, sure is.
That emo music is not going to age well within the next decade.
Yeah.
Like, stuff before the year 2000 is safe, but the period between 2000 and 2010, all of that's about to just age like the worst fucking cheese on the planet.
It's gonna age like milk.
You're gonna have fucking
smell like old feet.
You're gonna have 50, 60-year-old grandparents jamming out to the
like
Black
fucking
Parade.
Thanksgiving turkey, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Black Parade.
Graying hair. When I was a young boy.
When were you a young boy? Like 4 years ago?
Oh no. Like, some genres of music are timeless, no matter what. It'll like pop has some references that'll age poorly, but pop in general is safe. But
I mean, I think rock as a whole genre is safe, but not like
most
genres of metal. Like, fucking Asking Alexandria is not going to be popular in 2 years.
good chunks of metal will be safe, but yeah. But God, all of that fucking emo shit.
Yeah.
You can't be emo and have girls fangirling over you when, you know, your hair's falling out and you're pushing 50.
Listening to fucking Avenged Sevenfold, you'll just got like this receding hairline.
It's just there was such an explosion, just this boom of different genres of music that happened all at once, and now we get to see what happens when that music ages.
Oh,
it's exciting, but also very terrifying. Like me, you know, us, we grew up on video games. It's like, you hear about these 50-year-olds who just decided to pick it up and try it out, and it's like, oh, good for them. And it's like, I played video games my whole life. How old are you now? 50? Shouldn't you stop?
No.
No? Made it this far, ain't giving up now.
This is how it was back
I'm gonna play until my joints can't take it anymore. And even then, advances in
have them put a spike in my brain, and I just control everything.
I was gonna say advances in VR are gonna be so good you won't even need your hands anymore.
All right, just put me in the metaverse. Let's go.
Yeah, brother. Ready, Player One.
Time for put me into Sword Art, Coach. I'm ready.
Shit. Oh man, makes me feel old.
Boy, this is going to be a great segment on the VOD. Jesus Christ.
Our great work sent across the seas.
Hook me up, Ready Player One, let's go.
I'm ready. Plug me in.
Ready, Squidward? I'm ready. You know they have 2 new fucking SpongeBob shows out now. They got the Patrick Show and the Patrick Star Show and the new fucking SpongeBob. That shit blows my mind too. Fucking hell.
Yeah, and it's lost all of its heart and soul.
What do you have there?
Have you made affiliate on Twitch yet?
Nope. I've been so intermittent and I fell off with streaming that I'm not even... I don't think I think I'm close to hitting the hours required, but I don't have enough followers.
I guess the best advice I ever heard, I don't know if this will help you at all. This is just me spouting off because I know it. The best advice I ever heard was make sure you only stream like 6 to 8 hours a day, because if you stream like 10 hours a day, or any given day, it'll drag your average down. Because like it doesn't necessarily track like the whole week. It tracks how many hours you've streamed compared to how many followers you've had. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like you only stream like 6 to 8 hours when you do stream. So then followers you do have, whether they're, you know, loyal followers or just bots that happen to show up on your stream.
I mean, I'm literally not going to be able to, at least until peak is over, and then I get my Mondays and my Tuesdays back. My days off for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, those are literally the only days where I can stream for any extended period of time.
Right.
Other times, by the time Garrus goes to bed, it's like 9, 10 o'clock at night. And I have to be at work at, 7:30 next morning, and it's only like 2.5 hours I can get on.
Monday and Tuesday are your days off, I'm guessing?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, okay.
But my mandatory overtime day, whenever they call in for overtime, is Monday.
Okay. Oh shit, that kind of sucks. So you have Sunday, Tuesday off. You don't have a 2-day block.
No, but it's not that bad.
No, but, I mean, it's kind of shit. But yeah, I get what you mean. Could be worse. Could always be worse. So I was fucking working 73 hours a fucking week, dude. When I was still in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're only working a max. And that's the other thing, is they have limits in place. You can't work more than 6 days in a row. And you can't work more than 60 hours per week.
Well, that's good. That's good
if something happens where you hit either of those, quotas, they'll come and say, hey, this is the 7th day in a row, or hey, you've hit 60 hours, we got to send you home. And they will send you home, and regardless of what your shift was, it will not count against you.
That's good.
Like I said, it seems like the bad rep that Amazon gets is a per warehouse basis. Some places are good, and then others are just awful. There is some things this facility could do better, but that could be said about almost anywhere.
Yeah.
But it still does a lot pretty damn well, so.
It is distinct from ether.
But yeah, so it's like, once peak is over and I'm not, dead, because there are some nights I put him to bed and then I just lay down and go to sleep. But
yeah,
when I'm back to having nights where I'm not, completely dead, I'll try picking up streaming more and more.
I've got a question for you, Liddy.
Yes.
It's going to be a heavy question, but I'm only asking you specifically because you've been a responsible adult here for about 3 years now. I'm trying to make a decision, right?
Okay.
I moved down here with my mom, and I thought maybe this would be a good fresh start for me, down in North Carolina and shit. I'm thinking about moving back to Ohio because shit hasn't moved. I mean, like, if this was my fucking bowels, I'm constipated for 6 months, you know what I mean? Like, that's how much shit hasn't moved. I'm either stuck in waiting a little longer. I don't know how long a little is. There, waiting longer, or coming back to Ohio, living with Brandon, saying, hey, if you guys can get me into Aldi, fucking fantastic, $17 an hour,
Right.
Now, granted, I got the wage garnishment, which could go up to, regardless of how many people are wage garnishing me, could go up to 25% of my paycheck. So, like, taxes plus wage garnishment being 50%. You know what I mean?
Right.
What do you, like, in that situation, what would you do? I'm not necessarily asking you to make a decision for me, but, like, your thought process, you know?
I'd probably vet everything out. If, from my point of view, is if things haven't moved in 6 months, they're probably not going to. If there was even an inkling that it was moving, even if it was moving slowly, there was even an inkling that it was moving, it might be worth sticking it out. But if it's been zero progress, I would seriously consider the other one. And that's when I would start, asking questions, figuring out the groundwork. So, like you said, coming back, living with Brandon, getting in at Aldi. Is Brandon okay with not getting anything from you until you get in? Trying to get Aldi to give you guys the same schedule so that he can be your ride, so that you're carpooling and he's not taking you to work on days that he's off, and vice versa.
Yeah.
At least until you can get your own transportation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, because he didn't really mention that at all when I talked to him.
Other than that, 25% isn't that bad. At least not at first. I mean, it's not like you would have a car payment you wouldn't have car insurance you have to pay.
Right, because I'm fucking carless.
So you would just be mostly paying Brandon or whoever for gas for your rides to and from work. So even though you'd be losing out on a decent chunk of your paycheck, because you by default would have less bills at the start, it wouldn't be that bad. Especially considering, where Brandon is, it's pretty cheap. I don't know if he's increased the price from when I was staying with him, but...
Well, what was he charging you? I asked Michael, and Michael gave me a dodgy answer, but...
When I was there, it was somewhere between 300 and 400. I don't remember the exact amount. I want to say 350, but it might have been higher. I distinctly remember it didn't go above $400.
Okay, I mean, not above 400 is pretty doable on 17.
And I mean, and that's the thing, is you give the 400 just for the month, and that goes towards utilities, internet, room and board. Can't really get rent like that anywhere else, but...
Yeah, the other thing that bugs me, I don't mind living with Brandon at all. Brandon's a cool dude, but the other thing that bugs me is, like, they keep telling me that they'll try to get me into Aldi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is, Aldi pays well for what they do. It's hard work, but...
Right.
I don't know that they can guarantee me a job, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It would be something, like I said, laying the groundwork is figuring that stuff out. It's like, okay, well, if I don't get the job at Aldi, or you guys can't influence them to let me in, or I don't get in, then what? Are you still okay with me not paying for things until I do get in? And that would be the stuff that you would start figuring out. And then once you have that figured out, then it's time to make the decision and make the move.
I guess they got some talking to Brandon and Ryan to do, because Ryan said, like, worst case scenario, I'll have a place to stay at his place, but I won't have a room of my own at Ryan's. Which, I mean, I don't have a room of my own right now, so let's lateral movement.
Like, having privacy is a...
Dude, it's nuts.
A big thing.
I'm sleeping on a fucking 75-inch bed. You know how tall I am? I'm 8 foot. That gives me 2 inches of wiggle room. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Now, granted, Monday that's going to change. I'm going to have the futon back. I'm going to sleep upstairs. But like, Jesus Christ, man, that's just been killing me. I get like 5 hours of sleep every night, and I'm not stressed for time. It's just killing me. It's not like I'm not trying to sleep. I just can't.
And it's like,
I don't have room to sleep.
Well, I technically do have spare room here. It's just not everyone's gonna want to live with someone who has a kid.
I understand that. The way I look at it right now is, if I move to Ohio, here's the other thing I haven't mentioned to anybody is, if I move to Ohio, I have a lot of people I know, and I'm willing to do things to have a place to stay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
options.
Here, I'm already doing things to stay here. Like, I'm not sitting idle. Otherwise, you'd see me on the computer all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the big thing that's weighing on my mind. It's like, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. Because, like, I came down here, right, thinking, like, maybe this would be a fresh start. And sometimes I'll be sitting out here thinking to myself, like, fresh start my ass. I haven't had anything to do in the past fucking 6 months.
Well, another way to think of it would be is maybe it is still the fresh start, and this was your time away to get perspective. And now that you have perspective, you can hunker down and actually get your fresh start after this decision is made.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point, too.
Just be forward thinking about it.
Even if I come back, it's going to make it any less of a fresh start. That's a fair point. I get what you mean.
Foreign stories often conflate the two, but we see them as
Tomorrow, I asked my mom. We got 2 storage sheds. The one up in Ohio has my TV stand, a bunch of, bedroom shit.
Yeah.
But the one out here has my important documents and the power cables to my monitors for my computer. Tomorrow I'm picking up the documents and my power cables. That way I have the stuff in hand. Maybe that'll help me make a decision. I think that helped me a lot, though, Liddy. Saying that actually made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Leave me being fucking inebriated every fucking day. I can't.
It is beyond our power to purposely alter or manipulate.
Garage.
The only thing observed to influence is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion.
Every day. It's killing.
As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or
anyway, hi.
When you've transcended
Hi.
the usual limits of your capabilities.
I didn't say jack shit.
Is a manifestation
Alright.
Yeah.
the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
Dude,
I'm just playing my game, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I struggle with alcohol because, like, somebody offers it to me and I'm like, man, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
Sometimes, as dumb as it sounds,
Why are you
sometimes I
gonna do
wish I was like that.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation
you to know
piqued your
everything.
interest.
You have a burrito yet?
Huh?
Did you have a burrito yet?
But even for
I
us,
just walked in the door.
Akasha is a
Sit
somewhat
down.
abstract field
Oh,
of
now I want a burrito.
It's not uh-oh.
lends itself
I'm also on Discord with my friends.
Oh.
I know I told you this morning that I thought I was going to stay down.
No.
I'm not sure.
Which is why my analysis
I need-
of your flower can amount to
It's a really hard decision.
idle speculation. I am sorry.
You do what's best for you. I'm okay either way.
I know, but it's a really hard decision for me to make. Even just considering, even if I'm being super selfish, it's really hard for me to make the decision. You know what I mean? And even though it doesn't really help, but it's hard, you know, once you get there. I don't want to be stressed. I had it.
Shall we depart for Charlie?
I know I talked to you about my friends. Sometimes their names don't mean anything to you, but my friend Liddy said something that mattered to me.
What?
And we will be in touch.
Because, you know, I came down here for a fresh start.
I suggest
That was
you rest while you can.
my gist.
From here
He
on,
said maybe coming down here is a fresh start, but even if I come back up there, it doesn't stop it being a fresh start. You know what I mean? It's a catalyst.
Like I said, I will support you in whatever you decide. It doesn't matter either way. I want you to be happy.
I just want to make the right decision. I wish I could see 30 years into the future, you know?
I'm always here. I'm not going back to Ohio.
I figured that much. You don't like Ohio. You don't even like the weather as much as I do.
Yeah.
I think... Let me wake up tomorrow. You're gonna be off tomorrow. Let me get my stuff. I'll take my documents out of the storage shed too, because that's upper left corners. I think is where I stashed it. But get all that stuff out of there. Think about it. Give you an answer. Give Ryan and Brandon an answer. I just don't want to leave you. I don't want to be like.
You're not leaving me.
Well, what I mean is, I don't want to be like, "Hey, I'm going to stay down here," and then say, "Well, on second thought," giving you my thought process.
Yeah, it's fine.
Granted, that's why I want to wait till tomorrow, because I've been drinking. Give it time to get sober up, make an informed decision instead of just a dumb decision. But I think the biggest thing that's been bugging me is, as much as the 50% of my fucking paycheck going away from me. Granted, I'm a libertarian, that bugs it. As much as that bugs me, it's still, you know, half of 17 is, you know, 8.5. So, even if I'm doing that at a friend's place who's giving me a decent deal on a place to stay, maybe I can actually make up that.
Take heart and protect them well.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you? We've bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart. What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Sharlayan feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Quile, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer. I've not felt a hint of her presence since. Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes? 'Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it? Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidano back in Radz-at-Han?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt. The relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed. And in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon, and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Tlofroi, or learned the full breadth of the Forum's plans. But even within the midst of our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day. Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle. Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the Forbidden Archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
One last cup of tea, then. Dickon said this brew helps relax the mind before bed. And gave us some leaves for free.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavner has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon the ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
No. All else is equal. Equally tedious, equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot, enough to set my soul aflame. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more. And then I knew the muck would never claim me again. There was naught for me ahead, so I drew the curtain and let it come full. Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing. Disjointed. All the faces incomplete. The setting too was unknown to me. So I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind. Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too. Yes, I think that is something we can both enjoy.
Oh. I think that's going to be it for tonight. Oh yeah, that's definitely it.